This program is about continuing your vocational education. Vocational education is about training you to be able to perform one type of job or a group of related jobs, and will not provide you a broader academic education. If you stop and think about the kinds of jobs there are, you'll realize the wide range of training that may be available to you. So the first thing you need to do is narrow down your field of interest, and then you can find vocational courses that fit in with the kind of work you want to do.
My strategy is when I leave here, I'm going to go enroll in the Sharing Vocational program. And I already have a sponsor that's going to sponsor me. Some friends of mine, they own an auto shop that's in Car Gables. And I already spoke with them, and I told them that I have training. I sent copies of my competencies, what I've learned, and they say they're willing to help me. So it shouldn't be too hard for me.
Here are some of the more common ways that vocational training is offered. There are community colleges, which offer both academic and vocational training, and trade schools, which offer only vocational training. These are frequently public institutions that are taxpayer subsidized and operated by the state or local government. There are also private schools, which typically offer only one type of vocational training. These might be something like a secretarial college, a truck driving academy, or a cosmetology school. There are also apprenticeship programs which are frequently supported by labor unions. Finally, many vocational courses are available as correspondence courses or online. Just like in academic education, there are scholarships, grants, and loans available for vocational training. You should definitely find out which of these are available to you before release. After release, there are many places that can help you with this information. Some of them include the phone book, labor centers, the public library, and one-stop centers.
Well, I would start at the local unemployment office. Start there, looking for what kind of programs they may have there specifically. Also look in the blue pages in the phone book, looking for social services that may help them. There's most likely something local that would help them. Looking for schools that may assist them also in getting the training that they need. Depending on the circumstances and background that they have, they qualify for different programs. If you look in the yellow pages, most likely you would find something on social services, unemployment, vocational training. That's where I would start.
And if finances or cash flow is a problem, the apprenticeship programs mentioned earlier can be a very good way to get vocational training. Basically, you start working right away at an unskilled level and go to a vocational school at night or on weekends. Later, when you complete your vocational training, you are promoted to a higher skill level and receive a much higher salary. Frequently, the training is free or at a reduced cost that you can pay back later. Let's take a look at a couple of real-life apprenticeship programs that former inmates are participating in. Juan Rodriguez has just started his 3-year masonry apprenticeship program. He works during the day as a masonry apprentice, then goes to school one night a week for 3 hours and one Saturday a month for 8 hours. Juan's instructor is Barry Smith, and he explains the program.
Cover the trowel trades. That's masonry, which is brick, block, glass block construction, tile setting, and plastering. And the kids will choose whichever one they do. I am the masonry instructor. They come in, we start with the very basics of manipulating a trowel, and when that craft is mastered enough that they can move on, they go to the next phase, which is the simplest part of installing block, as you can do, which is to a string, and they progress there until they go to the next level, and so on. There's probably about 6 points, 6 levels that we really like for them to reach.
Robert LaPierre is in a 5-year air conditioning apprenticeship program. His instructor is Jim Taylor, and he explains the basics of the program.
You work for one of our contractors 40 hours a week, and you go to school 2 nights a week, 3.5 hours a night. We don't put these classes a Monday and a Tuesday. It'd be a Monday or Wednesday or a Tuesday and a Thursday. Give you a little space in between. Out of those 7 hours, we ask you probably to study an hour and 45 minutes to an hour a night. for both the classes. So actually it's a half-hour night per class. And if you can do that, and most of your classmates, they'll be your classmates all 5 years, study groups come up, friendships are always coming in there, there's not a problem with it. The basic journeyman after he's graduated after 5 years of program right now, as of today, is $60,000 a year. Now, someone who's really interested in it will go on to be a foreman, a general foreman, a project superintendent, maybe an owner of a business. We have a lot of our contractors came through this school, and then the sky's the limit. You can be as rich as you want to be on that, how much work you want to put in on it. I started 30 years ago at 19 years old. I can actually say I went through the 5-year program like everybody else. Because of that, I've had doors open to me. I've gone places. I've been to Europe. I've had sailboats, Corvettes, all kind of toys. It's all out there for you if you want to put the time in, you want to learn. Is it easy school? No. Is it possible to pass? I made it, so can anybody else. And once you've got it through, you've got the golden ring. There's nothing you can't, no place you can't go, nothing you can't do. It doesn't matter if you're incarcerated, what your background is. If you want to learn and you want to pay attention and get this through, it's there for you.
Vocational training is a wonderful way to continue your education after release and get on your feet financially. And you always have the option of continuing your academic education whenever you're ready.
I talk to the inmates constantly about continuing their education. We had one fellow that was in desktop publishing. He was from Tampa, I believe. He was out of prison 2 days and applied to an art school down there, got a scholarship. And as far as I know, he's still in school today.